Hi there everyone. Today I'm going to show you just a handy little trick for when you're working in Twine. So I've got a few stories already up and going on my desktop here. I'm not going to go into everything like I did in my last video, but I will offer just a little bit of review. Remember, I had some of this set up here with, learning how to branch out into different passages and almost like different timelines with links in our videos. However, you may not always want the name of the passage to be the link that you're going to, or the text that will display on screen. If I pull up one of these, let's use this one, and I click on this, there we go. I've got the link right here. This is just a real basic one I've done, but I ask a question. The answer is the link. I say sleep in here, but then you go into the next passage, and that's called sleep in. It may come up that you may or may not want that to be the case, and that is totally fine. What I'm going to do is show you a way that you can display whatever text you want in your link, but then have it go to a very specific passage. So to do that, I'm going to make a new story. I'll say this: links with custom names. There we go. And I'm going to add it. Boom. Right there, we're going to get the default everything right here. I'm not going to be going through everything on this little window at the bottom. Again, you can check out my previous video for that. I'll put a link in the little card at the top of the screen. So let's do stuff. All right, let's make this passage. So I almost always name mine start to start with. Let's say I always like to begin at the start. It's a very good place to begin. All right, so let's go with just something really basic. So let's say this is our starting place. We can use links to move to another passage in our story. Like this. All right, so again, just as a refresher, to hit to create a link, you just need to use the square brackets. Again, on your keyboard, if you've got that return key, more or less in the middle, it's up and to the left. Those two buttons, you just need the double brackets before and after what you want to turn into a link. Again, this will be something that comes up, this kind of double symbol, in order to kind of differentiate just normal text from something else. All right, so let's exit out of that, and we'll see that we have a new passage here. Only this one is called Like This. That's the name of our passage. Not the best, but I mean, we kind of know what's going on. It's a very simple example story. So let's say like this. But what we can also do is, but did you know that you can display any text you want in a link? So let's make our link. So what we would do first is say what we want the text to be. What do we want it to be? So let's say let's see, this will be the text of the link, but it will take you back to the start. It's a very long name. If I was to exit out of this right now, we would just get another passage with a very long and annoying and hard to read name. But we wanted to go back to the front. back to the first start one, we could have just put a link around the word start. That could work, but let's say that for whatever reason you wanted to display this whole sentence as your link. What we can do is after your text, hit the vertical line button, which again, using that return key as reference on your keyboard, it's the one directly above it. So again, to get to the square brackets, you moved up and to the left, but this time you're just going up. So if you hit shift and that button, you get the vertical line. If you don't hit shift, it's a slash. So we get the vertical line, and then you type out the name of the passage you want to link to. So it'll look something like this. So now this is no longer linked, and I'm going to just get rid of it. So now we have here these two passages on the screen, and you can see with the arrows that you can freely move back and forth. All right, let's look at this just so we can see it. Hit the place. So this is our starting place. We can use links to move to another passage in our story, like this. And here's our link that says like this. And then I have the question of, but did you know that you can display any text you want in a link? Now you do know. But anyways, as I said, this will be the text of the link, but it will take you back to the start. So if we click this, we're back at the start, where we just have our like this as the name of our story, which is the name of our passage right there. So let's do this one more time just with a kind of simpler, not as long link. So let's say, let's make a few passages. Let's say this is other start. Okay. Let's say, you, the adventurer, are lost in the maze. There are a few options in front of you. And we'll say go left, go right. Actually, I don't want to make these links just yet. Go left, go forward. Those are going to be our options right here. In a second, we're going to link them up. Add one more passage. All right. So here, let's say this passage right here. We'll say this is the pitfall. All right. I'm making this up as I go along. Oh no, you have fallen into a pitfall trap. Looks like your adventure is over. Alright, over. Then we'll say, unless you climb out. Vertical line. What was it? Other start. Bracket, bracket. Nah, I miss. It's other start with a space. Alright, other start. Show. Alright, so that has changed. I'll keep that right there. Alright, option 2. Let's name this one. Let's just name this one exit. You have found the exit of the maze. Move forward to claim your reward. Alright, boom, got that right there. And then last but not least, it seems like this is a dead end. You should turn back. Vertical line, and then we'll go back to other start bracket, and then closing brackets. All right. So again, these have shorter names. We got all of that right there. It was a 15 gold piece coupon to the tavern. Woohoo. All right. So there's our story. Boop, 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 ba doo. Delete that extra one. All right. So, again, I just kind of made this on the fly. I'm going to change it so we start our story here instead. But in these, all three of these, I've got links that are displaying a text and going somewhere else. All right. So we can see this is, when we open it up, this will be the text that we want to see. And then we're telling the computer link to this passage, but display this text. And all three of these have one, except for the middle. And in this case, they're just going back to the start. So if I go back to our other start, we could say go left. And when we go left, what were the options? Pitfall, bracket, bracket. Go forward. What is this? I believe that was called exit, bracket, bracket. And we need the line, bracket, bracket, line. What was this? Dead end. I'm probably getting these names wrong. We're gonna find out. This one just didn't have a name. All right. So we'll just delete this and name this one dead end. Come on. Dead end. Why doesn't this want to go? Dead end. This is being annoying. Is that going to be it? Yep, there we are. All right. The space was what was getting problematic. But let's look at this now as we go. So I'm going to hit play. Again, we move the starting point to be this one right here. So you are an adventurer lost in the maze. There are a few options in front of you. Go left, go forward, or go right. Let's go left. Oh no, you've fallen into a pitfall trap. It looks like your adventure is over unless you climb out. So you climb out, and we go back to our, again, this is called other start, but the text said, unless you climb out. Let's go to the right. Seems like you've hit a dead end. You should turn back. Rather than going to another passage called turn back that happened to be identical to our other starts and linked to everything the same way, we can just say turn back, and we go right back here. So if we go forward, we have found the end of our very, very bad maze. Move forward to claim your reward, and we got a coupon at the tavern. Woohoo. All right. That's it. Again, really basic stuff. Again, I'm not trying to show you how to make the best interactive nonlinear story out there. These are just some generic tools. So I think this is a real handy way in order to make the text of your story flow a little more naturally. So we can create these links that take you to certain places, but that you can display whatever text you want. This is more helpful once you've already got your passages ready to go. They're already made, and you've kind of given them generic titles. Um, they're also really helpful for looping back to previous passages. Right? Rather than having to stress about how to phrase your sentences in a way that has the same text as before, um, you could write whatever you want and then make your link happen, and then just say, display this text slash take me here instead. And that's pretty much it. I'll go back to my main tab here. I hope this was helpful. If you enjoy it, again, like, subscribe, do all the generic YouTube stuff. Look forward to seeing things. Feel free to share your stories as well. I love seeing what people make with these platforms. All right, and I will see you all next time that I see you.